Hi guys and gals, it's Watto reporting from from his bedroom in honesty, uh, where I've been watching the goings on at Booth Ferry Park, no, at Hull, and I don't know whether you've ever had a dream that is so long and so disturbing, and then you suddenly find you wake up and realise it was all a dream. Well, that's how I felt today. There was these 11 blokes on the field, not the same ones that turned up last week, and they played remarkably well. They defended solidly, uh, but unfortunately, uh, it turned out it wasn't a dream. And after 87 minutes, I'm beginning to think, here we go again. But no, to be fair, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. We started so well, and they piled on the pressure to start with, and our defence, especially with Kevin Long in the middle of it, looks so solid. Um, they tried to get at us down the left, where you know um, I have to say Buchanan had a busy day and was tested, but nothing ever came. Nothing ever came into our box. We thought, oh my goodness. Um, and in the first 15 minutes, we had Juki put through by Miyoshi, and he's 10 yards out on his left foot, and he smashes it wide. And you're thinking, oh, we don't have that many chances. We can't afford to miss him. But by 18 minutes, um, Dembele had jinxed his way through their back line and smashed this shot, sadly against the bar, which was scrambled clear. Uh, but then old man Juki, he comes up when you least expect it. A wonderful cross by Drame, and a diving header from the Duke, planted in the corner net, and Blues are ahead 1-0, and deservedly so. Deservedly so. Uh, the next, uh, that was about 20 minutes, so we're talking 70 odd minutes. Hull never looked like breaching our defence. We had chances, several, um, and then uh, Connolly broke on the right, fired in a shot to the near post, and unfortunately, standing keeper is a full international Premier League experience. Um, Etheridge didn't cover himself in glory. The ball, I think, came off his knee um, as he tried to stop the shot, and for them, Jacob on 87 minutes knocked it in the net. Now, one thing that doesn't change, whoever's in charge, with a one goal a game team. And we had chances even after they equalised. Um, Stansfield put in a blinding shot. It was deflected and it hit the goalkeeper. Um, and that could have finished it off. But we live to fight another day. And what do we say about our standing management? Well, uh, Spoons picked an interesting side. He made 7 changes. Um, and frankly, we went a bit John Eustace in style. And it worked. It worked. We weren't running around like blue ass flies trying to nick the ball off the front men, and then be passed through because we were too far forward or whatever. We did it sensibly. Yes, we faced them up, but we didn't. They finished up with their foot on the ball, not knowing where to go. and inevitably 50% of the time they tried the long ball. Well, we've got in midfield with Bielik now. We've got a 6 foot plus player there who wins headers and tackles in front of the back four. We got Long and Sanderson who win most things in the air, and the two fullbacks. When they got dragged out, were covered. The two middlemen all moved across, and that's how you defend. It isn't. Mr. Rooney. I hope you're listening, because you defend in a sheet, right? Remember in the old Arsenal team that used to train with a rope 10 feet, and they tied them around the back four, and they trained tied up so they all moved. That's the way to defend, not leave people exposed like we have been doing. Now then, what do we think about a replay? Well, again, we've had replays in the FA Cup in the past where like last year particularly, we had a wonderful game at Blackburn, came back, nicked a replay, and then in in the replay we cocked it up. We lost by an own goal. You know that we must now. Obviously, the draw. What we need, what we need is a big home draw to excite the fans, to excite the players, to excite the management, saying like we must win this game because we want the 30,000 crowd that we can get in here, fill the place, probably overcharge people, whatever, doesn't matter. That's what we need, and that will do two things. It will bring in a few quid, and it gives us momentum. Now, you wouldn't have thought today that we'd ever been in any difficulty. We looked like a competent side. We looked. I know Hull had 7 changes themselves, but we looked better than they did. Uh, it looked like a team that had gone to a difficult away game and weren't going to lose, and we didn't. Now we should have won. You know, so what's new? We should have won lots of games under John Eustace. We didn't. We should have won games under Rooney sometimes that we didn't. So from that point of view, nothing's changed. But we didn't look like losing. At no point did we look like losing. Uh, and I'm encouraged by that. I'm encouraged by that. Whether that was Steve Spooner or whether it was the two coaches, who knows? There certainly was some more animation by the two coaches on the touchline, where they seemed to be uh, telling Spoons, got their arm around him and said, blah blah blah, this is going there and that's going there and whatever. Where under the old regime, the Rooney Looney, they just sat on their fat asses and did nothing. Now, uh, the draw is on Monday night after the Wigan Manchester United tie, and let's just hope. Let's just hope we can get something to excite us. Um, it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big fixture. We'll wait for the quarterfinals for that, or the semis when we can play at Wembley. But seriously, let, let's have Maidstone at home. We'll be in the papers. We'll be in people's consciousness again, without without any populist bunkum that we've had for the last 3 months. We want to be talked about what we do on the field, not what the manager was or is or was likely to be. No more of that, please. Uh, I'm going to ring off now. Um, I'm disappointed at the same time, but at the same time, I'm not unhappy. Not unhappy. Give the new manager, whoever he might be, the chance of an extra game where he can learn more about us and get another good result. That's the key. That's the key. We've got to get a dozen good results from our last 20 games. Now 21 games now, and a chance of more. A chance of more. A cup run, along with momentum from the new manager, will see us. Will see us all right. We'll be comfortable. We'll be in a cup run. That's what we need. You can laugh at me and say, oh, you're dreaming. Well, I am dreaming, but it ain't a nightmare anymore. God bless you all. Happy New Year again. And see you Saturday when we take on international opposition in Swansea City. See you.